Hey everybody, just wanted to pop in on a Labor Day weekend and give you the secret to trading. How to make money in the stock market. Wow. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? It's not really a secret. This was kind of developed by H.M. Gartley back in the 1920s or 30s, I think. He wrote a book about it, and it's been around for about 100 years almost. And people write about it and talk about it. But I thought I'd pop in here and just kind of explain it to you just in terms of what my trading edge is. And I'd use NVIDIA as an example. You remember I mentioned that we're waiting to buy NVIDIA until it clears the 184. And when it clears 184, the projected price move or price target is 224, right? So we wait till it takes out these highs. Why do I say that? Well, let's go back and look at a couple examples, and I'll show you why. I'll show you a failed one and two successful ones that might maybe make the point. These are kind of ABC structures. Volume is the number one tool, right? The number one indicator or edge is volume for me, right? Here on this day, 127, right? We have volume of we have 815 million. So this massive volume wall right here, right? There it is. You can see it. I'm trying to put my cursor on it, but you can see it. It's big, right? Well, here, NVIDIA breaking out, going higher. It looks like it's headed somewhere. You would have never bought this. Why? Because look at how low the volume is in comparison to that massive volume wall there. It wasn't confirmed. The only thing that confirms a move is volume. Now take this other example as was a successful one, right? This one was successful in going higher. Let me explain why. So here you're always looking to the left, to see what you're comparing against, right? So when this came up here in May, boom, 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 NVIDIA, you'd be look to your left. And when you look to your left, you'd pick out the high, and the swing high here would have been the 122.89 and 254 million, right? So 122.89, let's round it to 123, okay? So 123. You've got to take out a more than 250 million. Here, you bust it out on 328 million. Boom, that's headed higher. Next question is, where's it going? Well, that's a simple calculation. You have a confirmed price target. What you do is you take the high of that swing point, which is 123. Remember, we rounded it off. You subtract the low from that, which is the 86. Take the difference and add it to this, whatever this number is. That gives you, if you do that math exercise, it gives you a projected price target of 158. You know it's confirmed, right, with as much accuracy as possible, that once it breaks out here on volume, it's going to 158. Boom, it did that. Another example where you could have done that is the same exercise here, right? So again, here you are in May, approaching June, you're in the middle of summer, boom, boom, boom. NVIDIA starts to take off, and you're like, wow, is this real or not real? Well, you look at the volume in this day, 365 million, and where do you look? You look to your left, right? And so you go over to the last swing high over here, and you look at it and you say, that is 218 million. We have greater volume. That's taken off, right? So you do the same exercise. You take the 143.44, the high, you see in the box up on the left, there's what I'm looking at. 143 million and 44 cents, or round it off to 143 if you want. Then you would take the most recent low to be conservative, right, which is 104. Take the difference of those two numbers, add it to this high, and it gives you the projected price move of 182. Then you could have bought this right here, boom, all in, and it was going to 182. Where did it go? 182. In fact, it topped out at 184. And now it stopped. Interesting, right? It went to the 182, overshot it by 2 points, and now it stopped. Because the other lesson is once it hits the projected price move, it usually does something else, right? And so something else for us right now is it's consolidating. So that's all. I just want to pop in and kind of show you how ABC structures work. Here's an example where it failed. We went over that here, right? Here's two examples where it succeeded. 2 buy points that would have given you, I don't want to say risk-free, but the least amount of risk for taking a long position in NVIDIA. And that's what we're waiting for here. We're going to wait until it takes that out. Now, the best other example that I have right now is a net that we're in, right? Arista Networks. And this is, you can see this better in the weekly, I think. Click on the weekly. We talked about this, right? So here, the benchmark that you want to look against here is 133.57 on 30 million, rounding it off, right? This was 30 million. We took this out with 71 million, more than double. This thing is headed to 171. That's how you know where stock is going. You wait for it. You don't trade in here. You don't try to trade in here. You can lose money, and it's moving around. It's moving up. It's moving down. It's moving up. It's moving down. It makes you dizzy, nauseous. It's ridiculous. You wait until it takes something on in volume. The old adage, buy right and sit tight. So that's the quick rundown on ABC structures and kind of the secret to trading in terms of knowing where the least amount of risk is and the greatest amount of reward is. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Continue to have a good weekend. Bye.